It's time for love after lockup, baby. Brittany and Marcelino. So Brittany and them, they've got an idea to save Brittany's mom. So let's hear it.
Levels.
Brittany's mom is confined to sleeping on the sofa. That's what happens when you got loads of kids in the house. But this is better than that motel place she was staying at for sure.
I don't want to be.
Whatever she gotta say, hold up, let's look at this very cute fireplace. They've got an amazing garden and they're always sitting there talking to each other. Like, it's so cute.
What a crazy night.
She seemed sober. I think that, she was telling the truth when she said that she was looking but couldn't find any, you know? She got diagnosed with fibromyalgia and that's where it started. And they prescribed her Percocets.
Her mom. So that's where it started. That's where her started with the pills.
She was like, oh, let me just take 2 instead of 1 and then 3 instead of 2. And then it went to morphine.
So we're not just gonna sip tea over here on this channel. We're gonna learn something, okay? We're following all these ratchet, normal, and crazy people. Yeah, we need to learn something along the way. So what is fibromyalgia anyway? So fibromyalgia is a chronic pain disorder characterized by widespread pain, fatigue, and sleep disturbances. If you want to read more, just pause the screen or look it up. It is a very, very terrible thing to have. And these are fibromyalgia symptoms to never ignore. If you have super bad sleep issues, if you have daytime fatigue, obviously these things can always be something else. It can always be something else, but just look out for these things, right? Cognitive problems, depression and anxiety, headache, jaw and facial pain, digestive issues, sensitive to touch. I think that would be sensitivity to touch. I think that would be a very, very big giveaway. That and the jaw and facial pain, those are kind of distinctive, right? All the other ones could be so many more other things. Pelvic floor dysfunction and then widespread pain feels like it affects the muscles rather than the joints. So that's what that is. So yes, be very knowledgeable about these things. When you hear these type of things on these shows, go and look up what the heck it is that they're talking about if you do not already know. Now let's get back into it.
I was thinking that it might be a good idea if we bring her to Alaska.
Brittany is willing to go out of her way to extraordinary lengths if she loves you. And I think Cynthia is kind of an advantage.
I think that you probably need to get out of Vegas. For vacation?
You know it's not for vacation. Like what?
Well, Marcelino and I were talking, and
I don't know if it's a good idea that she brought Marcelino into this. Just say, Mom, I think this is the best thing for you to do. But she's brought Marcelino into this whole thing. You know, sometimes some of these mother-in-laws, they're like, what he got to say? Why is he all up in my business? But, you know, at the end of the day, you are sitting in a house that's for both of them. And, yeah, I guess he has something to say, too, because you cannot stay there forever. As you see, there's not a lot of space. You have to sleep on the sofa after all. So, yeah.
It's probably a good idea if you go to Alaska with us.
So they're actually going to go all the way to Alaska from Las Vegas where they are. Wow.
You need to confront everything that's bothering you. I haven't seen Jackie in several years.
So Jackie is her grandma. That is her mom's mom, obviously.
And, you know, I remember spilling water on a pack of her cigarettes before, and she slapped me across the face and knocked me on the ground. You remember when...
So all this abuse was going on. Grandma was not very nice to her when she was growing up, and she was even worse to her mom.
I took you to Sunset Park, and I showed you where I was homeless.
You remember this when Brittany still had the red hair? Yeah, this was a very touching moment when she showed where she went to when she left home at the age of 12. And this is where she was living out here in like the middle of nowhere. Check this out. And I'm sure there's wild animals here. I'm pretty sure there's wild animals here. If not, there's nobody. Like if you were to scream over here, there would be nobody who could hear you. There would be nobody here to help you even. Like, this is a terrible place. Spend the night here. You know that was cold too. Yeah, so that was very, this is like, I don't know, a season ago or so, but it's just very hard to hear and watch. She's really come a long way.
I was homeless after I ran away. This is where you would sleep. I didn't have anywhere else to go.
And she took her mom there to sure, look, this is what my life turned out to look like.
Our meeting that day wasn't about what you had to say.
Preach, therapist, Brittany. In fact, they should stop going to the therapist, counselor, whatever. Brittany is so good with her words. Brittany will tell you what it is and what it isn't, and speak feelings and sense. Out of all these people in this whole shebang, Brittany has a lot of sense, and I admire her for it.
It was about me being able to just get it off of my chest and tell you. You have to be able to just look at somebody and say, you hurt me and that's okay and I forgive you. Maybe she needs to hear, I forgive you.
Maybe she does need to hear that. I mean, Brittany's a strong one. And yeah, so apparently because Brittany's sister went back to Alaska, so they have some family there, including the grandma. But yeah, there's a lot of hurt there too. And that's what started a lot of her stuff that she was doing, right? Cynthia, the mom. And from all the abuse and things that she went through when she was younger. So Brittany's like, look, you need to face that, because then you can go over a hump. But one thing is, when Brittany faced it with her, like actually told her how she suffered as a kid and stuff like that, when she faced it with her mom, she was already clean. And that's the problem. This woman is not clean yet. So she's going with all the warped emotions due to the medication and stuff, going to confront the mom. I don't know how well that's gonna emotionally, physically, mentally, how well that is going to click. But it's worth trying, because what she's doing now is not great. And Las Vegas, and especially where she was staying at that motel, will not be the place to recuperate and to get clean, and no, just no. So maybe this is a good idea. And yikes, these people are really gonna go all the way to Alaska. Brittany loves hard. People who love hard, they gotta do a lot, but when it works, it's a beautiful thing, and I hope it does. In any case, if you're not already part of the family, make sure you hit the bump stomp, turn that subscribe button, comment because I really want to know what you think, like because you obviously like this video, and hit the notification bell while you're at it. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Daily videos up in here. In the meantime, make time for glorious life. It's time to start what? Living it right. God bless.